and hello for our final vlog from the Disney Destiny from the Grand Hall. Today we are at sea.
Some lovely music going on. It's the Royal Gathering below, so...
Today we're at Palo, we're having a bit of a wander around the ship and trying to get to do everything we haven't done so far. No idea what we're going to get to do, how it's going to get done, but let's go for breakfast and take you with us. So the big difference on one of the sea days, normally last sea day, so if you've only got one sea day, it will be that one alone, is the Churro waffles. I'm going to lean over and show our friends, well actually I'm going to put a picture in of the gluten-free Mickey Churro waffles, which we're told are very nice. You good there with your chocolate milk?
I've already had a little one. They only had little glasses by there, so I had that to take my meds. And then I went and got a big one. we're gonna enjoy this. And if you're wondering, why bother at all? Well, we've got Palo Brunch, and you don't miss Mickey Churro waffles, and then you also don't want to ruin your brunch. Oh, they're crispy.
Because there's a calzone to be had, Danielle.
No, there's a chicken parm to be had.
No, there's a calzone. Spot the two different people and their preferences at Palo. You good there? Yeah, you good?
Crunchy.
So we've had breakfast. We are just taking a bit of a wander through the ship now to try and find anything that we haven't already seen or done. We are trying to find one of the cast members because they were saying that they really miss dairy milk chocolate, and we do bring some with us on the cruises for the UK cast. But we're also going to try and do the Haunted Mansion Magic Band search today after Palo Brunch, which we've got shortly with our friends. I just want to say the kind of style of this, we noticed this first on the Treasure. I don't remember too much from the Wish. We do need to do the Wish again. Hopefully by this point the new itineraries will be out, so we'll know whether we're doing it or not. So yeah, but they are starting to do things for bingo in Saga. So that's why it's a bit busy around here. So I'll be back in a minute. And for the first time since our muster drill, we are out on deck 4. One of the criticisms we do have of the Wish class ships, there's a walking track on the first 4 Disney ships. So Magic, Wonder, Fancy and Dream, there are walking tracks all around deck 4. On the Wish class there are not, and we really hope that when the new ships come out, the slightly smaller ones, we hope they reinstate the walking track. We do miss it.
The Adventure has one.
We don't.
I will find out tomorrow on our drive
Indeed.
home.
But we are, we're at sea. There is land in the distance. Once again, I just want to state, and you know, I know we bang on about this, but it does show the difference, especially when we were in port with the Carnival ships the other day. They are always working on the ship. They're always cleaning it and repainting. And what was it? The ship's only been active for like 2 months now, hasn't it? And they're already revarnishing and repainting the other day. It's such a high level of quality compared to what we saw on the ships either side of us in Nassau. So before we go to Palo, we're going to start the Haunted Mansion Happy Hunt. So as you can see there, Dan's just tapping her magic band.
I am your host, your ghost. Some of our more spirited ghosts have slipped away from the parlor to play hide and seek with unsuspecting souls. Search out the hiding spots of these happy haunts and gather them for our swinging wake. That is, if you're not afraid of a ghastly good time.
With bated breath and an air of suspense, reveal within you a hidden sixth sense.
Now, when you near a haunted object, your band will produce a disquieting tremble and an ethereal glow. Collect each hidden ghost by moving your band in a circular motion.
Now commence your happy hunt by pressing begin.
Kindly decrypt Madame Leota's clues to discover the hiding spots of these meddlesome spirits.
Deck 10 forward is the one we've got to go to next. So press start. And off we go.
Good job, we've got to go that way anyway.
Are you okay, Dan?
It's fun. Forward.
Indeed.
You've done well, human. Far more than I expected.
So now I'm guessing we've then got to go back to one of the screens that we've just been to.
One of the screens.
Okay, so you're probably guessing how this is going to work for the rest of the day, sort of thing.
Exercise.
Yes, basically going up and down all the stairs we can find, now collecting happy ghosts, or happy haunts, sorry. But we are actually off to Palo first because, well, that's next. And then we're going to continue the rest of the trek after we've got changed and overfilled on food. And the direction we have to go to Palo from forward to aft means we get to go past what is the main food court area on top deck. But of course, where it's not even 11 o'clock yet, all of it is still closed. But with it being a sea day, this will be a lot busier later on. Marceline was busy this morning, but again, no real differences in the food. It was just literally the Churro Waffle that you've seen, which is available at the kids station. Insert picture here. And yeah, of course, because it's also a sea day, all the shops are open.
Are they?
Literally, the doors are open.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, as you can see, it's also very busy on deck. And also, I would imagine, that's Moana playing on the funnel vision over there. So as you can see, Moana, very, very busy. Oh, is the aqua? Oh, the slide isn't running. But interesting to see, this is how they managed to get extra space on the deck. So fascinating to see the maintenance they're undertaking. So just before our friends do get here, this is the walkway into Palo and the Rose. Very, very similar to the Treasure, but few subtle differences, including the predominant difference across all three of the Wish class ships is the actual rose in the glass itself. Look at the size of that. So different to the rose that we had on the Wish for one of our wedding pictures that I'll put in here, as well as the one that we saw on the Treasure back in September. One of the normal treats that you also get whilst you're waiting in the Rose area, in the kind of waiting area, so which is all the way just over here where they serve you a couple of drinks, is the fact that you get this lovely view. Again, when we were here for dinner on the Treasure, we were at a sunset view, and again when we were on the Fantasy back in Rome, we had a wonderful view out of the window from the back of the restaurant. We've just finished an amazing brunch at Palo, really, really good, which we will talk about. Yeah, we had Vinny again, which you may remember we had him on the Fantasy back in June. We're going to get ourselves ready to go down and hopefully see Hercules, so we'll talk about Palo a little later on. So we're now off to do, hopefully, the matinee showing of Hercules. So you will find, as we did on the Treasure, when it's a longer cruise, they will do 2 showings of the show. And what I mean by that is on the Treasure, they did the showing over 2 days. Now today, because today is day 5 of a 5 night, that they are doing a matinee version of Hercules because it is so popular. So we're going to try and do that now. It is at 1 o'clock, the show starts in half an hour. If we get a spot, we get a spot. If not, we still have the option of seeing it later on this afternoon, and it may be that the ship is actually quieter while everyone is in the matinee, so we shall see. We're making our way down now to see our friends Paul and Andrea.
Making our way down to...
So we shall see you, hopefully, in the line for the theatre. And we have made it in for the matinee performance of Hercules. As you can see, the lower level is filling up very, very quickly, but it does look like there are still quite a few spaces on the top deck, with round about 20 minutes still until the show starts. Tell me you debark the ship tomorrow without telling me you debark the ship tomorrow.
We fly home.
Yeah, we have a lot to sort out, but the good news is still have backpacks that are completely empty. This is the one thing you do need to bear in mind, is that when you come on a Disney ship, you pick things up that you get for free. However, it's been a bit of a day, so it's probably a good idea before we head down to the atrium, we do a quick catch up with you. We've not even spoken about Palo Brunch yet.
It was good. probably one of the better ones. And I'd skipped. Normally I would have pancakes, pizza, chicken parm, I don't know what that is, chicken parm, and then dessert. But I tried to use my normal person brain, and then I didn't have pancakes, so I took off a whole course. And we shared a dessert. So I didn't feel as full.
No.
Like, I feel nice now.
It was really nice for us to see Vinny, for our friends, to kind of... We always enjoy having brunch with our friends. My calzone was the best one I've ever had. It was absolutely top tier in terms of flavour.
It was puffy.
The fillings, it was brilliant. And my lasagna, again, probably one of the best I've had. The view we had was nice. It wasn't anything too sort of extravagant. It was just out to sea. But again, you would have seen that from the intro of going in. Then Danielle and I have very differing opinions on Hercules that we saw.
I liked it. I think you can't compare it to the London one.
There will be spoilers in this, by the way.
I mean, if you've not watched Hercules, what you're doing, it came out in the 90s.
Talking about the show. Carry on.
I repeat what I said. I liked it. I think it was a nice modern take on the story, in terms of there were a few like modernizations to, like, they made reference to like Dua Lipa and stuff like that. It wasn't as good as Moana. Moana is still my favourite, but it was enjoyable. Would I rush back to see it again? Probably not. Like, we saw the matinee, so we could, in theory, go again at 6. I shan't, because I didn't think it was that great. But it was enjoyable. It was nice for a show. It passed an hour and a bit in the afternoon on a sea day, and I didn't get annoyed by people around me. So for me, that's a win-win.
There is one categorical issue that I have with this show. I think the performers are brilliant. The actual adaptation of it to a cruise ship show, no complaints. There is one song where I lost engagement with the show itself. Now, if I ask people to name a song from Hercules, the most common one is Go the Distance, or it will be Don't Say I'm in Love, or it will be Hercules on a Roll.
Zero to Hero.
Zero to Hero. 2 of those 3 songs were kept as originals, but the first Go the Distance, they almost put like a 90s R&B backing beat on it, and for me it absolutely decimated the song, because they then used the original song towards the end of the show, and for me, I enjoy the music in these shows so much that for me it actually was one of those where I go, why have you changed that? There was no need to change it. I don't think it added anything to it. If anything, I think it took away from the way that the song builds and delivers at the end to the crescendo.
But they did a RuPaul thing at the end, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and to be honest, the ending, brilliant. The show itself, again, the show itself, I wouldn't go and see it again. Moana I'd see twice on a Sunday. Wouldn't see it again.
Cruise on a Sunday.
So anyway, we are now down to see the, there's 2 shows we're home to see, Sounds of Wakanda and Crowning of a King. We think we are possibly not going to get to see, what is it on DeVille's? Troublemaking with DeVille's.
This is my crown.
We're going down to the atrium. Whilst we're waiting for a few bits, Danielle has got her catch up on this to do from earlier.
Root and scale of an eel, aid us in this spirit's reveal.
Careful now. You've happened upon the siren.
So the Grand Hall chandelier is lit up purple, as it would be for Wakanda, which is where they've got the drums and the sets just down on the main stage. The day has gone very quickly, hasn't it?
What do you think? We spent almost 2 hours at brunch, and then we went straight to the theatre for another hour and a bit. So it goes quick.
And then we've done a little bit of packing as well, so it does disappear quick, but we're going to try and do as much tonight as we can after the show. We've got to say goodbye to our friends. Obviously they're staying on after this to do another sailing, whereas we make our way home and then on to the adventure.
valuable minerals in Wakanda, including the precious substance vibranium. Thus, you can hear the melodious tones of their vibranium handpan. Then there is the Jabari community. What an honor!
So that was Sounds of Wakanda, which was brilliant.
Love that. I think that's one of the things I love so much about this ship and the treasure is that Donald Duck is that I love Donald too. Is that they do these very themed things. I think that is what the other ships do sometimes lack. But I loved it.
Yeah, really good. We were lucky enough. So if you're where we were on deck 4 opposite guest services, we saw Black Panther go behind us to go to the Grand Hall stairs. There were a lot of people on the stairs up here that were looking straight at the stage and did not notice Black Panther until he hit the stage.
But also, what a beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
Very good indeed. Right, we're now waiting for, is it Coronation of a King?
We have like 40 minutes.
Yeah, Donald's about to come through here, so...
I'm stood here, that's why I keep looking that way, because Donald loves a wave.
But yeah, that was really good, really enjoyed that. Would recommend, only takes 20 minutes, would recommend taking 20 minutes out of your day to see this on the Disney Destiny. So here you can see Deck 3 mid is where we are. I think it is around here, although Dan seems to think...
There is one there.
There is one there, but we seem to think it's this one over here. Somebody's pressed a hint. Okay, so a couple of points. Having that massive screen in front of it definitely doesn't help. But more to the point, if you are in a queue with somebody else, and somebody else has just done the screen that you are then going to, you need to give it at least a minute before you can then go and do yours, which it doesn't really tell you. So yeah, a little bit disjointed. It's a great scheme, but feels a little bit disjointed in how you're trying to do it. So it would appear Daniel's come over to reset the screen to kind of go back to square one, and in doing so, because she was near somebody else doing it, her magic band has picked up the second person. Clearly it's your proximity's place. This is clearly deck 5. Clearly your proximity to somebody else doing it can impact your own ability to collect or see. So if somebody's doing it in front of you, you need to watch what's going on.
Excellent. You've found a hidden ghost. Quickly now, return to any nearby navigation screen to reveal its true form.
And as we are making our way back to Fort Lauderdale and Port Everglades, there is now a little bit of rain in the air, so I would expect the top decks to become a bit slippy. We still haven't been to Cove Cafe, still haven't done the adults area too much, which is it's disappointing, but it just shows that even after nearly a week, still cannot do everything on one of these ships.
and all to this celebration of a king. I'm Darrell, and this is Yo-Yo. That is full of power and courage, compassion, and a king of the people. I come with glad tidings. Your benevolent ruler is here. I am humbled by your kind words. As you Midgardians have finally embraced your natural state to be ruled by me. That is your cue to cheer. Yes, that's more like it.
Excuse me, but I think you've made a mistake.
Kings do not make mistakes.
Well, in this case, they do.
Beg your pardon. What is that cat doing at my celebration?
This is a celebration for King T'Challa.
Is it now?
Yeah.
I believe it is you who is mistaken. That's better. Now, I've come here to rule. And why should I not? It is my birthright. And a true king knows how to control his destiny.
Today is a glorious day to honor a true king, King Loki.
That does have a nice ring to it.
Louder, louder, louder.
Loki, Loki, you are the king.
We've got
So much love for you.
and we've got the rightful
Here we go. And turn into snakes. And jump out. Gotcha. And then back to Thor.
Yes, that was very good.
And then wow.
Oh, that was the end. Oh, beautiful, yes. I'm going to applause for that. Name Loki shall bring to the stars. Dance into a climb up into triumph.
It is a glorious day to honor a true king. Please welcome the Black Panther, King T'Challa.
Stop! I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
You have burdened these good people long enough.
I beg your pardon.
So Coronation of a King was absolutely brilliant, really, really good, really funny, really good for crowd engagement. By the way, Funnel Vision is on behind me, you hadn't guessed. Right, we haven't been up to the adults only area yet. It's wet, it's raining a little bit, but interestingly, even though it's raining, very little wind out. The aqueduct is operating now, so we're going to have a quick look around and go into Cove Cafe as well, because I haven't done that yet. But there is something slightly magical about a wet ship under the lights, the same as when, you know, you're out about in a city and anything. So today's Aquamouse is Mickey and Minnie Sing a Silly Song. So that's open till 9 PM tonight. However, as we go along through the adults area, as you can see, the water coaster is on. It is very slippy up on deck as well. Probably people going, no really Paul, it's wet. So on the adults only area there is a sort of hot tub, so it's the Whirlpool Spa. Again, with this being adults only, no kids allowed. Very, very quiet because a lot of people are currently in the show, which, as you know, we saw earlier. Up there, I believe, is potentially Hero Zone. And if it's not, that will be one of the restaurants or a private area for chefs, etc. Could be completely wrong, but that would be my assumption based on height. Again, the adults only area on the Wish class ships is one of the frustrations of these three current operational ships. So Wish, Treasure and Destiny all have this sort of curve around the back of the ship. And when the ship curves around the back, it's really nice for the likes of the panoramic pool and the bench pool, which I'm going to show you just here. But the issue is, once you then get round and get beyond this, there's no way back out. So again, bench pool, and then there is the panoramic pool there. And there is a bar there, which is nice for the adults only aspect. As you can see, very nice views out to sea at the moment. As you do come back round this way towards the bar area, the rules are kind of the same, and there is a sort of smoking area up here as well, which is, you know, if you smoke, it's nice to have that sort of option. But then Cove Cafe, which is a lot more easily accessible on the Dream, Fantasy, Wonder and Magic, is all the way through here. And the problem is, we haven't had a chance to even come in here, but as you can see, you go down towards the end of here, and you're literally faced straight away with the Aqua Coaster. So there's only one way in and one way out, which is a real frustration because on the other ships it's far better. But Cove Cafe, very similarly, I'm not going to go inside, but very similarly themed to Moana as it was on the Treasure. Dan and I have both said we really hope that when they do the next round of ships, that they actually learn from what have been some pretty poor layout mistakes on the Wish class ships, including the adults only area, because on the first four, the Wonder, the Magic, the Fantasy and the Dream, all of the adult only areas are far more conducive to having a relaxing environment. And whilst I get that kids can't come up here, it's not actually easy for them to get up here, and lifeguards do actually stop them coming up here. It's not as easy to stop that on the other ships, but for some reason they seem to feel better in their layout in general. So yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a relax for the moment before dinner. There's a lot of people milling around, which is why we've not gone and done any more of the Haunted Mansion sort of ghost thing, but it gives us another reason to come back on the ship. As we've said, we haven't done DeVille's at all, and there's a few other bits we haven't touched at all, and we have said we've enjoyed this ship so much we would aim to try and get back on it as soon as we could. So I've not really shown too much of Cask and Cannon. We did the other day, but honestly this place is really, really good. And the menus, they were actually able to provide us a non-alcoholic menu, which we sadly didn't take any pictures or videos of. But the pretzels in here were huge, and the theming, the actual ceiling is all locations, so you get loads of places in the way that they kind of, and again this is all the way across the ceiling, all the way through to the other side of the bar, and then at the back is, so there's plenty of televisions in here, all themed to Pirates of the Caribbean. And we're in Marvel for night 2. We've got these lovely graphics going up around the back, but no movies, no sort of quizzes, no nothing tonight. So yeah, very different to what we've had in Marvel before. Dinner has finished at Marvel, another really good meal, but we are now in the atrium for Destiny Discovered, which is still about 45 minutes away. Of course, there will be the character meet and greets before the final show, and then we will discuss our thoughts on the Disney Destiny. But before we see Destiny Discovered, this cruise has been nothing short of brilliant, and you know us by now, we are not afraid to call out when something hasn't been good.
I don't have any, well, actually I feel like I have one comment, and that is we've not been able to do, on any occasion that it's been on, the treble making with Cruella.
Yeah. Because
people are queuing up 2 hours before, people are doing it more than once, and it's a very small lounge with a limited capacity, so we've not been able to do it. I'm hoping that when we do this cruise again, which we will, we'll definitely be back on this ship, that it might have calmed down a bit.
Yes.
Because it's still a novelty. The ship's only sort of a month and a bit old. So.
Yeah, we are also going to give some feedback that's similar to the tours that go around the ship. We do think that the, sorry, what's it called, the treble
making with Cruella.
Treble making with Cruella. We do think that should probably be a bookable once per cruise sort of event. And if you don't get on it, you don't get on it. It's simple as. But let's talk about the food at Marvel tonight, because I think we were apprehensive about this menu because we didn't have a great experience with this menu on the Treasure. I think the food was better tonight, but I think Marvel's second night menu is still a problem across both ships.
I mean, I don't think the Marvel menu is particularly strong, regardless.
No. just on starters. I was the only one who had a starter, and I had the Malaysian chicken skewers, which were very nice. Again, thigh meat, which is a bit of a shame. Would prefer it to be breast meat, but it was well flavoured. The rice was nice. The mains, we both had the peri peri chicken. Any thoughts?
It's not. Don't expect like Nando's flavouring, which is what I think of when I think of peri peri, which I know is probably not the case. And
I don't know if our friends in the US will have Nando's, but
I think there are some Nando's. Though.
Okay.
Or people know because you say cheeky Nando's and you go, oh, I know what that is.
Think of a spicy chicken. There we go.
Yeah, it's like a Portuguese, South African sort of.
Yeah, and then
thing.
finally we had the Marvel Sundae, which was nice. It was really nice. I Kit Kat pieces. It was great. And look, it's very easy for us to overlook, or for anybody to overlook, how great the cast have been. 1,562 members of crew on this ship, and you would not know that some of them are only 2 weeks into their contract.
Their first ever contract.
You would not know. We've got a lot more thoughts around this ship and how great it's been and how we cannot wait to do this one again. But let's watch Destiny Discovered. Let's get back to our room, give you some of our final thoughts before disembarkation tomorrow morning on the express checkout. And then that, my friends, will be the end of the vlog. So, to make you aware, because a lot of people don't know this, whilst the Destiny Discovered show starts at 10:30, 15 minutes before is your opportunity to meet characters, people. So I'm going to turn the camera so you can see, because there was one we didn't notice there. Over to our right is Mirabelle. And Bruno. And then down straight in front of us is Rapunzel. And then down there is Tiana. I would imagine underneath us is probably another princess. But there is Mickey and Minnie. So the other rest of the Fab Five will be further down round this way as well. And here come the storytellers. I have no doubt that shortly, and I'm talking...
Well, we have reached the end of this story, so I think we should go out on a high note. Come join us, friends.
Let's finish our story and see how it ends. Travelers all on a journey at sea,
who are seeking adventure and their destiny,
with help from their mystical
and lovable guides. They found heroes and villains,
and lots more besides. Who here found themselves inspired by a hero on this journey? Then I know you were. What do you think makes a hero? Somebody who'll risk their life for someone else, yes. But to be a hero, you don't always have to save the world. Just make it a little better.
Now, who admits to straying from the path a bit? Who participated in some villainy? Quite a few of you. Don't be surprised. Except for you, Rainer. We all saw that one coming. You like the villains, don't you?
But there are also opportunities to be inspired by great heroes.
Wakanda Forever!
hero isn't.
That is the end of the entertainment, the celebration, and that is it from the Disney Destiny. So we're going to head back to our room, sort a few things out, and we will see you there. We are back in the room and we have been greeted by...
Larry's a lobster.
Here's a lobster.
And chocolate.
And then sadly, we're also greeted by cruise director Trent. Seems to have a lot less energy today, Trent. Wonder why that is, mate.
He doesn't want us to go either.
Oh, I don't know. He's giving us all the information for Debarkation, so I think he does want us to get off.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Trent loves us.
Okay, right.
We love Trent.
We do love Trent. He and Soph on a boat were very good. Soph on a boat, right. So that is last full day. We will show you the disembarkation process, or debarkation process, which is really straightforward. So it's going to be just interesting to show you the difference between Canaveral.
That was my demonstration.
Thanks. The two debarkations that we did in Canaveral in September and what it's like at Fort Lauderdale. Chaos, by the way. Spoiler.
I don't even remember. And I don't think it was for Express. I don't know. You just walk through the little things, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the technical term.
Before we go to bed, and before we do get off the ship tomorrow, I asked you to come up with 3 positives, 3 negatives.
I've not had sufficient time.
I will go with my 3 positives, my 3 negatives. So
I need 3 business days.
My 3 positives are the cast, I think the food, and the theming. The cast are quite possibly up there as one of the best sets of cast we've had on any of these cruises. I'm very aware that the cruise director told us in 3 weeks' time there is a cast change.
This is the opening cast.
Yes.
So this is the cast, the crew that have been on the ship since Germany.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They are, he said, they are shattered, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
No, they are amazing, and they're, as we
consummate professionals.
Yeah, and as we've alluded to, we know a few of the cast members on here, and yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Do you want my 3 positives?
Well, the food, I was going to say, I think the food has been the best of the Wish class ships. I'm not going to go so far as to say it's been the best of the fleet, because that still goes to the magic.
Ooh.
And the theming has knocked me for 6. I was sceptical, I was worried as a Marvel fan. I had no idea what they were going to do with Loki, I had no idea what they were going to do with Black Panther. I was dubious, so I did not watch any videos to give preconceptions before we came on this.
I watched loads.
And I was blown away. Best of the 3 Wish class ships. So that's my 3 positives.
I have 3 positives.
Oh.
The cast is number 1. For the same points that you've raised. They are amazing. They work round the clock. They go out of their way to do things to make your time... That was an unnecessary door slam. They go out of their way to make your time on the ship the best it can be. Whether you know them or not, they are phenomenal. The second, I think, is the amount of different villain things, different experiences. Like, I'm a big villains fan, so all of the meet and greets, the little extra shows like the Maleficent encounter,
that's very good,
to create a little interactive show before the meet and greet, so it's limited to a certain amount of people. If you don't want to meet, like we didn't, we were on deck 5, you can watch the show. Brilliant. Loki, flawless. That,
not as in low key,
Loki, Loki. He, what a guy. That was tip top.
Some would say he's burdened with glorious purpose.
He absolutely is. And I think for me, the third is the Grand Hall. I think the design, I was a bit skeptical of the chandelier because like in comparison to the Wish one is very grand, the Treasure one is very purposefully themed. When I saw this before I got on, I was like, it sticks, and but when you...
It sticks, and
it's vibranium.
I quote Adventure by Danielle on the 30th of January 26. It sticks, in it. We should get a t-shirt made up with that. We should get a t-shirt of the vibranium chandelier with a quote underneath, it sticks in it.
But stop. But all the lighting, the lighting from literally from floor level up to the top of deck 5, like the ceiling of deck 5, there are lighting elements everywhere. The glass on sort of the balcony areas, there's lights in between the panels of glass, so they all light up with it. The stage lights continue. Chef's kiss.
It's been very well done. Right, I'm going to say the things I'd change, but I think they're not so much complaints, they're not grumbles. These are genuine things I would adjust to enhance what I think the experience is. My first one is Lauderdale. This ship is too good for Lauderdale. This ship is far too good for Lauderdale.
We don't have a good time at Lauderdale. We never have. But Carl is there, so that's,
It's the second time we've done Lauderdale. It's the second time it's been chaos. It's the second time I thought to myself, why do you go out of Lauderdale other than the fact that you have too many ships in this area?
Well, that and they own the terminal.
I know they own the terminal. But secondly, the itinerary. This needs a 7-night itinerary. It needs a 7-night itinerary.
I'd agree with that.
And this would be a brilliant ship to do a double dip and get this, not Nassau.
Well, the cruise after this is Cozumel and Castaway.
And I think, these 5-night cruises for this ship are brilliant. They obviously get people a lot of enjoyment. I think it's a 4-night after that.
Yeah, it does 5 and 4.
But I genuinely cannot wrap my head around the fact that it's doing 5 nights for 2 ports. And what I mean by that is this is a gradual problem that Disney has now. As we've watched on the Ship Navigator, there are too many ships in this neck of the woods at the minute. In this area, you have the Magic currently circling around the Gulf of Mexico.
Although that's currently out of Galveston.
It's out of Galveston, but it's currently going through the Gulf of Mexico. You then have the Treasure, the Wish,
Destiny,
the Dream, the Destiny, and the Fantasy.
All currently in the same space.
All currently going from Canaveral or Lauderdale, all doing Nassau, all doing Lookout Key, Lighthouse Point, Castaway Key.
So the
Treasure is doing the Caribbean routes.
But that's
it.
Very repetitive.
And it is so repetitive. And at the time of recording this, we don't know what the new itineraries are. By the time this vlog is out,
they're in like any day now.
Yeah. So that's my second thing I change. The third thing I would change is a problem with the Wish class ships. It's the inside rooms.
It's very small. For us, don't get me wrong, for us it's manageable. Is it ideal? No. Are we potentially going to go and check that we've not booked a inside room on the Treasure for next February?
Yes.
Absolutely, it's the first thing I'm going to do when I get internet. But they're very... I could not imagine having 4 people in here. That's absolutely insane.
Your 3 things?
Mine are ship specific. Number 1 is the Cruella piano thing. In my opinion, it should be something that you have to pre-book, like we did with the tour.
Yes.
You do it when you're on board, you just do it on the app, and you should only be allowed to do it once.
Yes.
Because we didn't get to see it. It was a troublemaking with Cruella, because the line was always queuing 2 hours before. There was a lot of the same people in the queue constantly, so we never ever got to do it. And DeVille's is a very small place. Like the actual space, there's like, what, 10 tables in there, if that. So that's been a bit meh. The second is the Marvel menu. I still don't think it's particularly great. Yeah, what I do like on this ship is they don't do the really annoying show that's usually night 1 on the other 2 ships. It's not my favourite. We had trivia and then we just had atmospheric music.
Yeah, tonight, and
I liked that.
And I'm going to put in a clip here. I've already put the clip in anyway before, but actually the kind of comic book aspect run through of everything from Iron Man 1 all the way through to Endgame was brilliant and really well thought out of. Our friend's daughter pointed out that the music did not sync in time with the show. Yeah. So it was a really interesting observation from somebody who knows her Marvel.
Yeah, but I
think the third thing?
I think it's very niche. So we don't drink much, if rarely ever, usually at Christmas. And the Sanctum had great non-alcoholic options, but obviously we didn't get to go into DeVille's, but the Haunted Mansion I feel like could do with, like, that menu is very...
alcohol heavy.
Not even that, it's very like whiskey, sour, like it needs a few sweet options.
There's only 3 non-alcoholic drinks on that menu entirely.
I think there's some non-alcoholic cocktails, but they're all like quite sour in taste, and I'm a sweet tasting person. I like sweeter drinks, so I just feel like some of the non-alcoholic options, even, I'm not being funny, give me a glass of Cloudham with a gummy eyeball in it. Perfect.
Be a good idea.
Simple, so simple. It's something that they already stock. It's easy to do. You can, the bottle isn't going to go flat. It's just, it's still themed, like, it's blue. You could literally call it, like, Madame Leota's, Madame Leota's, whatever. That's my third. It's very, very niche, but that's just...
It's good ideas.
It's one of those where, like, I could spend hours in the Haunted Mansion part. I could just leave me there all day. I'd be great.
Also, my final observation, I don't think I want to be the family in 9068. Well, they've left their suitcases out tonight for...
Oh, yeah, if you're going to leave your suitcases out for, like, the day you get off the ship, they need to be out before 10 o'clock. Otherwise, they're still going to be there in the morning.
They're going to wake up tomorrow morning.
It's currently 10 past 11.
They can open their doors and go, all right, luggage not collected. Well, I can assure you, you're the only people with your luggage out the whole way.
They might be lucky in that someone might pick it up, but
I doubt it.
It's before 10.
But yeah, that is it for us for tonight. We will see you in the morning for the debarkation process.
Where I'm going to look terrible because I've made an executive decision to not wear makeup so I don't get spots from sleeping in makeup on the plane.
And I was going to be really sad in general anyway.
I'm gonna go drink my hot chocolate and make myself feel better. It's a sad day.
Morning. It's not a good morning, just morning.
Just morning.
We're packed up and there you go, cases behind us. We are ready to go. So the information we have been given is that you can start getting off the ship. They're expecting the process to begin about 7:15. We've been in port since I think 5 o'clock, if not before that. We were only 36 odd miles off the coast when we went to bed at 11 last night. We got up at 5:30. We know that from the Treasure, the express queue can be quite long. And for reference, I'll try and show you, but in case we can't, when you're in the Grand Hall with the stage in front of you, the exit is to the right. And what that will do is that will loop back round towards the theatre, so past the shops and beyond the sanctum, and it will then go round past the stairwell, back past the other side of the sanctum, and then we'll start to come back past 1923 and through the entrance to 1923. Now the rule is, if you're having breakfast, you go to the restaurant that you went to last night, and your server would have told you all this. Now, the bit that people don't know is Marceline Market is open for a limited time.
It's continental.
And it is literally limited to continental, as Dan said. If you want the cooked version, you literally go down to your normal breakfast location that you would have gone to for dinner last night. So for us, that would have been Marvel. Yeah, we're going to make our way down now. We've got our cases. We're going to quietly make our way down, so we think the family next to us is still asleep. We're also very conscious of the fact that there will be some families staying on the ship, therefore they may still be asleep like our friends. Lucky people. So on that note, we are going to leave the room. So yeah, as we're coming down, you can see they've blocked off the staging area, but then that is where debarkation will start over there. So we now have to make our way round past what is DeVille. Again, we had a brief look in DeVille's, didn't actually get a chance to go in, so it's another great reason for us to come back. But as you'll see coming around here, they've specifically rearranged the chairs for the sanctum to not let people go through. Although this is where, if you are doing back-to-back, you will be held. And just like that, down we go. That was the Disney Destiny. So we now jump to the car in the parking lot and make our way back up to Orlando. So you may remember this area we came through at the start of the series, at the start of the cruise anyway. And then if you are collecting your luggage, you'll collect your luggage through here based on the tags that you would have been given. So we have Mickey tags, and they will call you by your tags as you debark the ship. So they will say to you, if you are red Mickey or blue Donald, please go and collect your luggage now. So it's all very well organised, prevents basically absolutely everyone else who's left on the ship still having their breakfast, basically dashing off all at once and creating chaos. So yeah, not a bad system to get off. Yeah, as Dan's just said, look up at all the people that are doing the back-to-back, still on their balconies. Either that or they just don't want breakfast and they want to get off late, which I don't blame them. Yeah, off to the left is the concierge lounge. So if you're of a boarding group 1 or concierge, morning, this is where they will keep you if you're boarding group 1. And then, as you can see, the 2 keys on each of the 4 doors signifies concierge.
We are wheeling out. Parking is paid for. Here, you just do that. The second you get out the terminal, it was $100 for 5 nights.
It's interesting the difference between here and Canaveral. Canaveral you pay beforehand, Lauderdale you pay after. The convenient thing being, if you're parking here doing a back-to-back or whatever the case may be, it's obviously easy to make one payment, whereas at Canaveral you pay before going in. If you're doing a back-to-back, you then have to stop at the gate afterwards and make your second payment for the second cruise you did.
It's very confusing.
So I actually think here is better for that. Yeah.
So now we locate the car, yeah, and then we head back towards Orlando. And we're on the road.
Very sad.
Sad times. It took us an ever so slightly different route to get out. we did have to provide ID for anyone over 18 and the driving licence of the driver of the vehicle, so just be aware of that.
We didn't have that last time.
Right, just make sure you have that prepared, so keep your passports out. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. We're both sad. We both are looking forward to... I was just going to say a minute ago, you're in the wrong lane. I was like, oh, you know what you're doing. Nope. Yeah, we'll be back on the Destiny, 100%. I think we'll probably try and get back on next year. Maybe try and do it back-to-back, potentially. Sort of make the most. There are so many things we didn't do. If you want to follow along for that, somewhere along the bottom of the screen, she says confidently, there are all of our socials. And I couldn't go pow, 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 pow. Anything to add?
If anybody else has an editing nightmare and a partner, please let me know, because I'm pretty sure I can't be the only one where somebody goes, it's here, and you're like, it can't go there.
Pow, 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 pow.
No, I think generally one of the best cruises we have done.
Yeah.
I would probably put it, of the 10 we've done, top 5.
I'm going to log on to the app in a minute.
To see that we're now platinum.
We're now platinum. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Our next video will be us being really, really depressed and going home. A few little things to do before that. So
that will be a short video.
It will be very short, a 5-minute video. But we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for joining in. Thank